Welcome back everyone. Today is a very quick video to update you about what's happening on the PTS. Now of course, if most of you have been watching or paying attention to the forums and the streams going around, yes of course the High Isle chapter is now on the public test server. So you can try all the stuff and things out and have loads of fun. See what you like, what you don't like, and obviously make sure you report bugs if you find them. But one massive change to one of the sets that we already have in the existing game is ZAAN. Now, if you're not familiar with ZAAN, generally speaking, this is a very, very powerful single target set, but it's so powerful that they never allowed it to crit. They didn't roll back on that. It still can't crit. Now, if you're not familiar with ZAAN, basically what it does is it creates a beam. It attaches itself to the target, it does fire damage over time, and it gets more and more aggressive the longer it lasts. Then it has a big cooldown, then it fires off again. The application of it is quite easy. You have 33% chance to fire from a light or a heavy. Easy peasy, you can do that all day long. 1 in 3 hits is going to do it. And of course, single target, it is fire as well. It's very, very powerful and easy to ramp up with buffs and bonuses. Over time, it has been a favorite for lots of people, and while ZOS doesn't want there to be a best, it did shine out slightly higher than most other things in a lot of situations. So it didn't negate choice, but it was a bit of a no-brainer. Now, while there are other monster sets in the game that, depending on your build, could outperform ZAAN in the past, just flat off the bat, it was too strong. So they altered it. But now it might be even more broken. Because before it used to just do fire damage and get stronger. Great. Now it's got a 10 second uptime and 10-second downtime. So instead of a 33% uptime, it's now got a 50. They've reduced the damage by 52%, but they've allowed it to work in area of effect. Now that's a little different to what it sounds. It sounds like now it's an AoE ability. It is not. It is still a single target beam, but you can actually attach it to others or catch others in it. So basically, all you need to do now is a crit light attack. So before, this crit bonus helped towards the rest of your setup, but it didn't help towards the monster set. So what was the point? It was really weird to have a crit chance when you can't even crit it. But now you need to crit. So check this out. As soon as I get a crit, there's your beam. Looks the same, right? 10 seconds instead of less. Doesn't ramp up too much. Not bad. It does still get aggressively stronger per tick, but it's not quite as bad as it used to be. It used to be very, very, very high. However, this is what else you can do with it. Light attack a target. You must crit. Watch this. Oh shit. Much like the Necro Beam, anything touching it will be affected by the same amount of damage. It is disgusting. And one thing that you didn't... Well, maybe some of you spotted it. One thing I didn't go over... Look at the target. Burn and status effect from my glyph. But... continuous burn and status effect from that. And every target, every single tick applies burning status. Continuously until it runs out. So... instead of being really strong single target, which it still is, it's now got extra application to do damage to surrounding enemies if you're clever about your placement. It's got guaranteed burn and status effect per tick, which, yeah, of course, it's a damage over time effect, so it doesn't necessarily benefit you constantly reapplying. Or does it? There's a problem. We're going to log out, and we're going to go on to... yeah, you guessed it already. Some of you got it, some of you didn't. We're going to go on to a Dragonknight. And we're going to be careful about how we do this, but we're going to have a very simple test to apply this set in a scenario where you might need Magicka and usually can't have it. So if you are familiar with the Dragonknight, you will know that they have a passive called Combustion. And every time you apply a burning or poison status effect, within 0.5 seconds of the last one, you will get 1,000 Magicka or stamina back, depending on which variant it is. Also, burn and status effects are higher. So on the Dragonknight already, with the initial burn and status effect, ZAAN is stronger on a DK. Then, of course, if you have burn and breath, yeah, everyone can get that, because you can give it to the group. But this is already stronger. But, watch this. We need a crit. Constant burn and status effect on the target. So really high damage over time for us as a DK. That reapplication of that every 1 tick of ZAAN is constantly giving us magic back. And if we do it in this situation, if we end up firing 1 every second, we get 1k magicka back every second. But if you end up staggering with your dots and bonuses and all that kind of stuff, so the fact where your Wall of Elements or your Flame Breath or whatever is also applying bonus status effects on top of it, sure, it just restarts it. But if you do hit that 0.5 second gap, you're getting 2k back a second. And let's make sure we can't get magic back just to show how aggressive that can be. So here we have 837 recovery. Great, but I've equipped an ice staff, which means we cannot recover magicka. If you want that demonstrated, I'm now going to make my magicka run out. Flapping wings forever. It's a lot of magicka. I've deliberately stacked spell damage and crit, so I don't have any extra recovery outside of what my character has basic, excluding light armor. As you can see there, while blocking with ice staff, I cannot get back magicka. Watch this. That is stupid. 1k a tick while bloody blocking. That's too much. That's got to get altered. It's really nice to have as a DPS, and sure, we are utilizing that burning status effect to give us constant resources back. But while blocking, you can be an ice tank or a DPS with an ice staff and just utilize the block passive from that and not be able to run out during this phase. It's feckin' bonkers. Come on, crit. It's not going to fire now. I'm on cooldown. Perfect. Holding blocks that I can't recover that quickly. So I'm going to let this run out. Watch my recovery. My basic recovery is 800, which is every 2 seconds. So I'm getting 400 recovery every second. This is outplaying my recovery. It's crazy. Not to mention, of course, if you didn't need to block and you did just base it off of your normal recovery and you wanted to add a potion to that, of course, as you can, we'll also show how interesting that can be. This is your final test, just to show you how stupidly high the sustainability is with that particular set. Yeah, of course, if you're using charged and all that good stuff. But you don't need to use charged anymore with this particular class necessarily, because if you're using ZAAN, you've got it on tap anyway. So we'll get a magicka pot. That way we've got some basic recovery. We'll also get a dummy buff, so we've got some more recovery. This is going to be mad. And now I'll try and run out of magicka. Final test. Still got loads of magicka left. Now, this time I won't block. Look at my bar. That is not right. That is not right. I'm enjoying it, but that's got to go. All right, people. Well, if it doesn't go, then you know what to do. On a DK, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. You're never going to struggle with your resources again. On anything else, make sure you line the beam up so it actually hits other targets. Big change to ZAAN. Definitely welcome the reduction to damage and the new application to damage to other targets. Also, the duration's much better, but we'll have to see how that works. I did speak to Zots a long time ago about this and said that ZAAN was obviously way too front heavy, and to make things up for the sake of consistency, it would make sense if it crit and stopped being one of those only 2 sets in the game that don't crit, because where does it say there's the rule for it? But, I mean, what do you think? Whatever you think, put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.